I have before me quite possibly one of the greatest inventions of the 21st century. A stroller that was designed for men. This product is called the Tactical Stroller. I first learned about it from a commercial on my For You page, and ever since, I have been fascinated by the concept. A stroller, something designed to transport the most fragile of beings, and it's called the Tactical Stroller. Was this thing designed to see combat? And it's made by a company called Tactical Baby Gear, so yes, there are more products. So I bought this stroller, and for the past few days, I've been testing it to find out how in God's name is this thing considered tactical. But you don't get to see the results just yet. No. That's why I put this sheet on it. It's for dramatic effect. The stroller did not die and become a ghost. I'm gonna pull it off later. Okay, so this is the first commercial I saw for it. It's called Your Stroller Sucks. Kind of feel like maybe that title backfired a little bit, but nevertheless, let's watch it.
That squeaky excuse for a stroller sucks.
Okay, kind of mean. Seems like a fine stroller to me. Actually, they look pretty similar. On first glance, I wouldn't even know which one is the tactical stroller and which one isn't.
Upgrade your beautiful baby's ride to smooth sophistication. With the largest all-terrain wheels in its class, it can tackle curbs like a pro linebacker.
What exactly is its class, though? I've never even remotely heard a stroller refer to itself as tactical before. So like, yeah, I guess it does have the biggest all-terrain wheels in its class, but it kind of wins by default, no? Also, what does it mean to tackle curbs like a linebacker?
It can tackle curbs like a pro linebacker.
What is that? Is that a thing? Is that necessary? You know how when you're pushing your toddler along nice and steady and all of a sudden you just book it towards a curb with the power and speed of a professional linebacker? Well, don't worry, because this stroller can handle that. Your child might not be able to, but this stroller can handle that.
And when shit hits the fan, don't worry, we got you covered. Just throw it in the wash.
Okay, so he goes over some other features of the stroller. There's adjustable suspension. There's shock absorbers on the back of the seat. I guess both of these are to smooth out bumps. I'm not sure why every design choice they made when creating the stroller seems to center around tackling curbs like a pro linebacker.
When it's time to retrieve your little bundle of joy, the one-touch harness unclips instantly.
I like that he's using like military euphemisms to talk about everything except the baby. It just doesn't seem right that the tactical stroller carries a bundle of joy. I guess maybe the parents that he's marketing this towards wouldn't really like it if he was referring to the baby in military lingo. If he just started calling the baby like the payload or something, I guess maybe parents wouldn't like that. But it just kind of feels like something this dude would do, you know, in his own time. Honey, did you drop Lisa off at daycare this morning? I delivered the asset to the drop point, if that's what you're asking. Okay, so yes? No, actually, I bombed a Denny's. Oh, what the fuck?
So get off the struggle bus and join the TBG family at tacticalbabygear.com.
What if he rolled up to the other tactical baby products and one of them was just like a tank? We also offer tanks and an unmanned drone. You're like, wait, where does the baby go then? He's like, baby? What the fuck are you talking about? This thing drops payloads. On Denny's. All right, so we all know why this thing is called the tactical stroller, right? We get who this is marketed towards. You guys saw the camo. You heard the rock music. You understand what's going on. This is clearly marketed towards men who don't want to look like a pussy, I guess, for pushing around a normal stroller. So they need the stroller to confirm to themselves and everyone else around, I am a man. I'm a male. I'm a man. I guess there's a certain type of guy that's like, the stroller that I'm pushing my baby in has to have camo or I'm not a dude anymore. If I so much as touch my kid and there's not camo around, I'm mom now. I would just like to know, why does the military get like a complete monopoly on masculinity? There are other types of guys. There's guys that are really into like Legos, and that's the only one I can think of right now for some reason. IPA guys. There's dudes that are really into beer. Give me a stroller that's just like a transparent keg of beer that my baby can float around in like he's a patient in a Star Wars hospital. Also, there's other aspects of the military, you know. It's not just like covert stealth operations. What about like scientists in the desert blowing up nuclear bombs? Give me that kind of baby gear. I want a shirt that says proud father of a nuclear bomb. My theory about who this is marketed towards, I think, is proven correctly in Tactical Baby Gear's website's About Us section. Dirty diapers don't faze you. Spit up isn't a problem. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, those are all just parts of raising a kid. It'd be kind of fucked up if there weren't any dirty diapers, I guess. Kind of makes you wonder where this paragraph is about to go, though. Dirty diapers, spit up? That's not the problem. The problem is Al-Qaeda. They're coming for your baby. You need to put them in a tactical stroller. But a diaper bag that's all frills and embroidered rubber ducks with no practical storage capability? Something so cheap it won't survive potty training? Well, there you might have a problem. Beef Brody feels your pain. I've always suspected he did. A committed girl dad, he was neck deep in pink and purple when he finally had enough. I was picking up the kids from school, dropping them off, changing the diapers, so I would have the diaper bag more often than not. He was going to carry this bag around all the time. Beef wanted something practical that matched his lifestyle and personality, but there was just nothing out there. Okay, first off, hell yeah, brother. I do love seeing dads taking a more active role in their kids' lives. So first off, kudos to you, Beeve. And I would like to say that I think probably for Beeve, this tactical branding is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, you know? But it is kind of weird for him to be like, all my wife's baby stuff is covered in rubber duckies and frills, because that's what she likes. I need a diaper bag that speaks to my style. No, dude, the rubber duckies on your diaper bag aren't for your wife. They're for the baby. They're because babies like those things. So it's kind of weird to be like, I need a diaper bag that's just for me. Does this dude also watch like children's shows and be like, talking animals and learning lessons about sharing? I already know all of this. Why are we watching this shit? I was so sick of watching these kid shows with Dora and Swiper that they made for my wife. How is this supposed to appeal to me? Also, if he founded this company because he didn't want to push around girly or childish stuff, then what the hell was wrong with that stroller? The stroller from the first commercial. What about this makes it the mom stroller? So after watching this commercial, I was so intrigued by the concept that I couldn't help but buy one. All right, here we are at Tactical Baby Deer. Tactical Baby Deer. Yeah, here we are at fucking militarybambi.com. Okay, so let's click on the stroller here, and it is $948. Is that a normal price for a stroller? That seems so expensive. From my research, the price of strollers can vary widely from low end to very high end. The tactical stroller is definitely towards the top. Just to test, I googled best stroller, and this article had a $400 stroller listed as the best overall stroller. So sure, maybe it's a little bit overkill to spend $1,000 on a stroller, but that so-called best overall stroller probably can't even stop a speeding bullet. And the tactical stroller definitely can. Just in case you were wondering about that though, you actually could buy that $400 stroller and a bulletproof vest for less than the tactical stroller costs. I mean, I'll give them this, it looks like a quality stroller. It looks like sturdy as hell. I do wonder if it's a little over-engineered maybe. Like, sure, maybe you want to take your kid camping sometimes or something, but it's like, when does the stroller need to be able to withstand like getting run over by a tank or something? It probably doesn't. Like the scenarios in which the durability of this stroller come in handy, you probably shouldn't be putting your kids in the first place. Then again, I've never been a dad. Maybe sometimes shit just happens. You stop paying attention for 1 second, suddenly you're in a guerrilla warfare scenario and you've got to protect the kid. I love that they were like, they just made this one tiny part camo. Honestly, if it wasn't for that one camo part, this would actually be a pretty sick looking stroller. I personally am not really drawn to the camo aesthetic, but just like a sleek, all black stroller, it looks well built. It does look cool. I would buy it if it didn't have that, okay, well, I am gonna buy it, actually. I am gonna buy it anyway. Oh, gift message. What's a message someone would send you with some tactical gear like this? Put the baby in and run. Is this order a gift? No. For my future children, maybe, but not really. Oh, check out our most popular patches. Should I get a patch to go along with this? Hashtag dad life. You know, I feel really weird about ordering the stroller and not being a dad. I'm just now thinking about it for the first time, as it's like suggesting like you might like dad life or daddy patches. God, guns, and diapers. All my favorite weapons. You've got don't tread on me and don't poop on me. Both things you would say in a tactical scenario. Okay, here we go. My total is $1,000 and $7.25. Great. All right, while my stroller is being shipped across the country, let's go ahead and look at some more tactical baby gear content, because they also have a tactical baby carrier.
Not all baby carriers are created equal, and that carrier your wife loves, it wasn't made for you.
This baby carrier kind of looks like a bulletproof vest, right? Kind of a wild look for something you're putting your baby in. To be like, hey, look, it's like a bulletproof vest. That way, in case I get shot, I don't get hit by the bullet. My son does.
We started by carefully selecting the most badass materials we could find and then tested them the only way we know how.
Something tells me that's not actually the only way they knew how. Is this all you have to do to make something like okay for men to do? Just make it the army? This is such an untapped market. I could think of thousands of things that aren't traditionally seen as masculine and just like wrapping them in camo or some shit. Start a therapy service for men called interrogation. Your therapist is waterboarding you, being like, how did your upbringing affect who you are now? The dad's just like, I swear to God, dude, I don't fucking know. Well, look at this Black Friday Instagram post they did. That's crazy, dude. Why isn't the baby in tactical gear? Why is the dad decked out and the baby's not? One of them is wearing the wrong thing for wherever they're going. But let's not think about that for too long, because the stroller has arrived. The tactical stroller has arrived. I am kind of disappointed that this didn't come in a more tactical looking package. There's like a huge gash in this thing. Has this already been to war? I guess it is a little bit tactical in the sense that you wouldn't immediately know it's a stroller looking at it. It's come in 2 different boxes and not like one stroller-shaped box, you know? You always have to keep the enemy guessing. I'm trying to think of the most tactical way I could open this box. The unboxing process was pretty confusing and honestly raised a lot more questions than it answered. For example, what is Veer? Oh, also I forgot to mention that this whole box says Veer all over it. Veer. The only place it says tactical baby gear is right here. There's a tiny little emblem that says tactical baby gear. So I guess this thing kind of is in stealth mode. It's like, is this the product that I ordered? I don't even know what Veer is. Whatever this mysterious Veer company is, they sure do have a lot of cryptic slogans, like open air, open minds. Open air, open minds. Do not know what that means. Open air. I guess, is the stroller like an open air stroller? I find it hard to imagine that there would be any like vacuum sealed strollers, but there's also eat clean, play dirty. Is there food in this box? The stroller's also 100% edible, so eat clean and play dirty, baby. Not sure what I was doing with my hand there, but you also can't forget about the deck of Share the Wild cards they gave me. Veer, Share the Wild. What the hell? These like business cards? All-terrain switchback system. All-terrain switchback system. Oh, these are like flashcards for memorizing like the features of your stroller. All-terrain switchback system. All-terrain switchback system. And then of course on the back you have the answers to these questions. A whole new way to roll. A whole new way to roll. A whole new way to roll. I grew more and more suspicious as the unboxing process went on, and there was literally no mention of tactical baby gear anywhere. Welcome to Veer. It was all just Veer. Hello, welcome to a world of adventure, a world designed for raising the wild in every child. We look forward to seeing your adventure at #VeerGear. What company did I order from? I later looked it up, and it turns out that Veer is also a stroller company, and they have their own stroller called the Switchback System, which is like virtually indistinguishable from the tactical stroller. Anyway, the tactical stroller is obviously just some kind of collab between Veer and tactical baby gear. Literally the only difference between the tactical stroller and the switchback system are 2 little pieces of camo on the tactical stroller and 2 tiny printed logos that say tactical baby gear. 2 very important modifications that totally justify the extra $50 that you will pay for the tactical stroller. So Veer's switchback system could actually be a slightly cheaper alternative to the tactical stroller. Just as long as you're a woman, because that stroller is clearly not designed for a man. Whoa, Nelly, dude. Look at the size of this wheel. I'm gonna ram this thing at a curb so hard when I get it put together. I thought this would be more like rubbery, but it's kind of like hard, smooth plastic. I don't know if that's what you want. I want this to feel like a dirt bike tire, so I can really take my future children off-roading. Some sort of handle, okay. I can only imagine that this attaches to the kid. You can pick it up. Show it to people. And then this is a little sunshade. And just when you think it's not tactical, it becomes tactical, that is. Okay, so why in step 1 is the stroller already completely built with the wheels on it and everything? Kind of feel like that should be step 1 then, getting the wheels on, because right now it's just a bunch of pieces. Despite the instructions being a little confusing, putting together the stroller was actually pretty easy. Ooh. And in no time, I was sitting pretty. It's nice that they implemented a grown-up mode. Like before you put in the baby seat, it's big enough for a grown-up to sit in, which is pretty nice. So that way, you know, sometimes the baby can push you. All right. And just like that, gang, I think we've got ourselves a stroller. How do I sit the seat up more. Squeeze and slide the trigger on the seat back. There's a trigger on the seat back? Just in case. But here comes a real gripe with the tactical stroller. While I was fiddling around with the adjustable suspension system for the first time, I noticed something truly unacceptable. I was trying to see if I could notice the difference on the suspension between the lowest and highest setting. So let's change it to 6. See how that feels. Okay, that is feeling virtually indistinguishable. But I couldn't tell just using my hands, so I decided to use my butt. So I got in the stroller, I bounced around a little bit, I changed the setting, I bounced around a little bit. I was having a wonderful time. Daddy, no. Daddy, please. It hurts. I didn't really notice a difference in the suspension system, but maybe it was just because I was having so much fun. I feel like either way it's gonna be bumpy. I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're taking your kid over boulders, they're gonna feel it. But when I got up, that's when I noticed a pretty substantial quality issue with this stroller. Okay, I hope I didn't fuck this up, but this like seat is super wobbly on here now. And I don't know if I did that. Was it like this before? I don't remember, but look how much look how wobbly that is. Is that supposed to be like that? Okay, there's a chance that maybe Daddy did a little bit too much testing in the stroller as baby. At least that's what I thought until I was reviewing footage from before I sat in the stroller. And look, it's still wobbly. So the seat on my stroller is just like that. But then I was rewatching the commercial for the tactical stroller, and it's like that in there too. B, buddy, what good are wheels that can tackle curbs like a linebacker if your baby is shaking around in its seat like an Italian greyhound the entire time? Not cool. All right, I'm ready to test the stroller. I have with me one tactical stroller, but I can't test the stroller by itself. Can I? No. So I went out and I found the most tactical looking baby I could find. Baby Chewbacca. And then I strapped a dumbbell to him so he would weigh as much as a regular child. Okay, now that's a healthy baby boy. This is a boy who's been drinking his milky, his Chewbacca milk. Now this is pretty good on its own, but I think that we can make this even more tactical, and that's by giving Chewbacca a gun. That's a healthy baby boy. Okay, so the child is ready to be tested, the stroller is ready to be tested. I got to thinking, the only thing that's not ready to be tested here is me. Tactical baby gear is missing one crucial element. Because what do moms have? Moms have their strollers, their diaper bags, their freaking baby carriers. But they also have their maternity clothes. So I went on Amazon and I found myself some tactical paternity clothes. Oh no, they're really small. I think I ordered the wrong size. Honestly, I don't even remember there being sizes. I feel kind of cheated by Amazon right now. Is this a children's costume? Oh. I think I found out the mistake that I made. On here, there's different heights that the costumes are for, and it looks like the one I bought is for people who are 4.1 feet tall, which I am not. I am taller than that, okay? As you can clearly see. Let me tell you why I think this is the perfect outfit for owners of the tactical stroller. The tactical stroller is for dads who don't want to be seen pushing their kid around in a girly looking stroller. This outfit is for dads who don't want to be seen with their child at all. I guess I gotta figure out how to get this thing in my car, because this stroller is huge. This is not your mommy's stroller. This is not your grandma's stroller. This is your daddy's stroller. Okay. Now, I did throw away the instructions. I distinctly remember there being instructions about how to fold this thing up, and I threw them right in the trash. There's definitely gonna be a button somewhere, and okay, that makes it bigger. That's not what we want. Oh no. Maybe if I just start folding it. Motherfucker, dude, how do you fold this thing? Wait. Oh! I didn't even know it was folding until it was already on the ground. If you asked me to do that again, I wouldn't know how to do it. It just happened. It has a tactical folding ability. It folds before the enemy can even figure out what the fuck is going on. All right, now it's a tactical segue. Speaking of segues, it's time to talk about our sponsor, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is without a doubt the most tactical way to eat, in my opinion. What's more tactical than hunkering down in your home this winter, holding down the fort, while you have delicious and nutritious meals covertly and tactically delivered to your home? It's wintertime right now in Illinois where I live, and the snow is coming down. And something that I really don't like to do when the snow is coming down is leave my house, especially not to go to the grocery store, which I hate doing anyway. Which is why I love having 3 HelloFresh meals delivered to my home every week. I don't have to go out in the snow. I don't have to get all wet and soggy. Not to mention the fact that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping, and it's cheaper than takeout by 25%. So HelloFresh is great if you've got New Year's resolutions, like not trying to spend so much on takeout, trying to eat healthier than takeout, or just generally trying to cook more at home. They've got over 35 weekly recipes to choose from, so no matter what kind of food you're into or what goals you're trying to hit, they have something that'll meet your needs. They've got carb smart meals, calorie smart meals, and they're just a delight to cook. So here we're cooking a gingery pork ramen stir fry. Prep time 10 minutes, cook time 20 minutes, so 30 minutes total. But they have some options now that are like so insanely fast to prepare, like this honey mustard chicken salad wrap that just takes 10 minutes to put together. So if you want to check out HelloFresh for yourself, then use those tactical little fingers to go over to HelloFresh.com and use my code TrulyGreg21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com, TrulyGreg21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out HelloFresh. And now let's get back to the video. It's time for test number 1. Can the stroller tackle curbs like a linebacker? I've come to my favorite curb in town. This curb is here in the Walmart parking lot, right next to this beautiful lake, this beautiful frozen lake, and it's time to slam him into this curb. At first I took him over nice and easy, like a normal, non-tactical parent would do. I sort of went civilian mode on the first one. That was pretty easy. Did that look good? Then I took it a bit harder. This is like a parent in a rush. That felt a little more violent. That one probably would have been pretty uncomfortable for a child. I could tell Chewbacca didn't really like it. He popped up into the air, dude. He looked surprised when it happened. And then lastly, I went pretty much full force into the curb. I ran. I did not slow down. I did not hesitate. I looked like I was on my way to platform 9 3/4. And then we both fall in the lake and die. Now look, I wouldn't advise doing this with your kid with any stroller. Anything above a normal walking speed had Chewy popping up. It certainly wasn't gliding over the curb by any means. So for a linebacker, it wasn't good. For a stroller, on the other hand, I felt like it did okay. The only thing that I felt like was holding it back from reaching excellence was the fact that the wheels are made out of hard plastic. I feel like if they were like real tires, there would be a little bit more give, and that would have been, a little smoother of a ride. But then again, I don't know. I don't know anything about this stuff. One thing I will notice is that we got so tactical that the camo visor actually came down as a result of how tactically I handled that curb. And let's just do one more surprise one just for the sake. Next, I transported my darling baby boy to a nature preserve so we could test the all-terrain claims from their website. I'm getting pretty good at this. And it's actually kind of nice, taking this guy around and buckling him in. I think maybe I'm starting to get baby fever myself. Maybe I'd like to have a real-life baby Chewbacca. Slam him into curbs and whatnot at dangerous speeds. That's what being a father's all about. Terrain number 1, regular road. This thing handled remarkably well. That was pretty good. I was pretty worried that because these wheels are like smooth plastic and not rubber, that there wouldn't be enough traction, but this thing has grip, dude. I don't know if you could tell, but I was sliding around more than the stroller was, dude. I was about to spin out. Its only downfall on the road is that it just had like a hard time taking turns. Terrain number 2, gravel. It also did pretty good. Even with the path being a little bit bumpier, Chewbacca didn't look like he was bouncing around too much. I wonder if I turn these shock absorbers down. I wonder if that's gonna change anything. I feel like maybe he's bouncing around a little more now. I have no clue which shock absorber setting means more bouncy or less bouncy. I don't even know why that's on there. You'd always want it to not be bouncy. When does your baby need to feel like the road? Never. I have never met a baby that needed to feel the road. The snow, however, is where things started to fall apart. Whoa, doing a little bit of drifting here. Okay, this is definitely where the smooth plastic wheels come to bite you in the butt. Because I was definitely slipping and sliding on that, and so was the stroller. Yeah, look at that. That baby's going haywire. But that was nothing compared to the last terrain, the woods. Luckily with this stroller, that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, fuck. Oh. Dude, I was so worried I was gonna tumble over the stroller. I'm glad I got out of the way. What did I hit? Oh, I hit the root. Right off the bat. The forest is not looking good for this thing, dude. Especially little roots. I tried again to just walk casually through the woods this time, but even the slightest blockage, whether it be branches or, again, roots. Oh, it's another fucking root. Would stop us dead in our tracks. I'm feeling like this was not designed to be pushed in the woods. I'll say it. You know, it's weird because this branch is definitely smaller than a curve. I also tried to climb a hill. That did not work. It's not gonna happen. It's not going up the hill. There's too many roots on the hill. Bonus testing round! As we all know, you cannot truly be tactical unless you can evade your enemies. And you cannot evade your enemies unless you can hide in the woods. So you guys are gonna turn around and we're gonna go hide. And let's see if you can spot us. God, there's so many fucking roots out here. Somehow Chewbacca ended up in there. Hey, buddy, that's not where the baby goes. Weren't you strapped in? Could have swear to God I had you clipped in. So by now, I've pretty much tested all the biggest claims that the commercial has made, but I'm still not really satisfied. I still feel like I haven't really tested the core of this stroller. Is this thing tactical? I don't yet know how this thing handles in a real tactical scenario. So I need to take this thing on a real tactical mission. The mission? Deliver this asset to the drop point without being shot by a gunman. Let's see how well this tactical stroller holds up in a real-life tactical scenario. I'm gonna start here without a gun. I'm gonna pick one up here, and then I'm gonna try to get to here. Let's do it. On your mark. Get set. Go! That was not a good start. The mission was not off to a great start. I had already been sabotaged and betrayed by my own stroller, and I felt like a sitting duck. But that's when I realized, what if I just use the stroller as a shield? Might not be winning any Father of the Year awards anytime soon, but pretty smart if you ask me. Eventually, I made my way over to my gun. Oh, fuck, ow. I got shot a few times. Oh, fuck! That kind of pissed me off, and then I decided I was pretty much done. Oh, my butt! He got my butt! So I desperately tried to make my way towards the exit. Oh, fuck. Ow! And then I escaped. After testing this thing in combat, I gotta say, does not really feel like it was designed for that. This thing is not meant to be pushed fast, as I've learned twice now, especially over any kind of uneven terrain. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what the tactical stroller looks like now. As you can see, it is in kind of sorry shape. The wheels are just coated in dirt and paint. The sides and back of this thing are also just splattered with paint. I honestly didn't even know we got hit this much, dude, but we are in real danger. Chewbacca's not looking too great either. His little seat is all dirty from falling in the woods, and he is honestly looking pretty sad himself. So yeah, that's the tactical stroller. It's pretty dinged up, but you know what? Even after being through all of that, it's not broken, you know? It's still kicking. Thank you guys for watching. Before Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez were both multi-platinum recording artists, before Demi was hunting for aliens in the desert, or whatever they do in that show, I haven't watched it. There was an era in my childhood where the two were Disney Channel stars, and they were best friends. They were inseparable. They were making music together. They were in shows together. They had a weird online beef with Miley Cyrus together. I still don't know what that was about, but I wish influencer boxing existed at the time, dude. I would love to see them in the ring together. How crazy would that be? But most importantly, they made a movie together, and that movie is called Princess Protection Program. We're gonna be watching this movie today, and even though it's not very good, in fact, it's pretty darn bad, I think that it plays an important role in marking this moment in history where these two stars were as big as they were. This was also like peak Disney Channel original movie era. At least it was for me, because when this came out, I was a teenager, and everything was better when I was a teenager. If you played me that beginning riff with a little like, yeah, and asked asked me which Disney Channel original movie I thought it was, I would say all of them. I think that's how they all start. In this movie, Selena Gomez plays a girl named Carter. She works at her dad's bait shop, and the movie opens up with a popular boy from school coming to pick up some worms. Because this movie takes place in Louisiana.
How much?
No charge.
Great.
One of my biggest complaints with this movie is that it seems like they just didn't try at all to build the world that they're in. This movie takes place in Louisiana. Selena Gomez is supposed to be playing this southern fisher girl who works at her dad's bait shop, but she didn't alter any of her mannerisms. She was kind of just okay, tomboy, Louisiana. I'm thinking she would act a little something like Selena Gomez, baby, because that's what you're getting. In fact, it kind of seems like whoever wrote this movie decided that it was going to be set in Louisiana without ever having once been to Louisiana. It's like they just randomly picked a place. Nobody in this movie has a southern accent. Carter works at a bait shop, but we never see anybody actually fishing. It's kind of like this movie was written by AI that's only ever heard of Louisiana. The popular boy picks up worms at the bait shop and then goes to school from there and just takes the worms to school.
You and me, pal.
The classic cool parent in every Disney Channel original movie. You know, I always felt kind of jealous when I saw kids in movies have relationships like this with their parent, where they're all buddy-buddy and they're really good friends and they've got a cool secret handshake. But now I'm kind of I wonder what that would have done to me, to have a parent that instead of trying to hug me would just be like, all right, bro. Later, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. You're like, Dad, do we have health insurance? And he's just like, I don't know, bro. I only get health insurance for my kids. And you're my pal, right? Anyways, good luck with those, what did you say they were, shingles? That sucks, dude. Okay, so they're not trying very hard at all with the whole Louisiana thing, but Demi's character, Rosalina, or Rosie, is from a small, made-up Spanish-speaking country. Maybe they went a little bit harder building that world.
Princesa de Costa Luna. And you're walking and walking.
Okay, he's got an accent. He's still speaking English, but he has an accent.
Dimitri, my coronation is 1 month away.
And Rosie does not. Of course not. That would be confusing for the viewers. They'd be like, I thought Demi Lovato was in this movie. Who's this girl with an accent? Things start to get spicy in this movie when Rosie is doing a practice of her coronation where she's gonna become queen of this whole country. Right now, she's just princess. And during the rehearsal, this general shows up and just hurls a sword at the princess's head.
Let him step forward and be heard.
I don't know if he was aiming for the crown or if he was aiming for her head and he just missed, but either way, this is not good.
Costa Luna and Costa Estrella are two tiny countries who must unite and stand together against the world.
So this general is from another tiny made-up Spanish-speaking country, and he's here to take over this other tiny made-up Spanish-speaking country. Chaos ensues, fights break out, this guy slips in chocolate. It's weird how there are certain recurring themes in Disney Channel original movies. I did not think that getting covered in chocolate fondue would be one of them, but it's happened in 2 movies now. I guess dude slipping in chocolate fondue is just the perfect way to take an otherwise horrifying situation, a military coup, where your family may be murdered, and give it a comedic little twist. Huh, things can't be that bad if a guy's covered in chocolate. So here comes this guy to the rescue. This is actually Carter's dad. I know you probably didn't recognize him because when he met Rosie, he wasn't like, yo, what's up, bro? How's it going? Found it. He's part of the Princess Protection Program, and he was sent here to protect Rosie. And in my opinion, I think he should have sprung into action a little bit sooner. He was there the entire time and didn't do anything to help the princess until after the general had already thrown a sword at the princess's head. He's like, hold on a second. I gotta see how this plays out. I don't want to do anything too hasty. As a sword is exiting the back of the princess's skull. Okay, interesting. He doesn't even take his own sword out until everyone else is already enthralled in a battle.
Who are you? Where are you taking me?
I'm here to protect you, but you need to trust me.
But what about my mother?
She's gonna meet us, but we need to hurry.
So the general takes Rosie away from the fight. He takes her down these stairs where you can see out the window and it's just like LA. It just looks like a regular city street. So I guess they just filmed this at a Hilton or something. And they get on a helicopter and they fly away to a safe location. Okay guys, I gotta be honest, immediately I don't really know if I'm rooting for this princess. She was about to become queen of an entire country. Was she elected by the people? No. She was not. But yes, please, let's make an entire movie about protecting the bloodline of the throne. Making sure that the royal family stays genetically pure. Let's make a whole movie about that. Okay, to be fair, not that I think that this 16-year-old should be murdered over the whole thing. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. It's just, you know, who is this general? What are his policies? I don't know anything about him, except that he's got a great arm. Let me hear his plans for the two countries, and then I'll decide who I'm rooting for.
But the princessa is only a girl, madame. She will contact her mother. And when she does, I will bring her back to Costa Luna, where she will rot with her mother in a tiny dirt cell.
Okay, well, I guess this guy actually is pretty mean. I can see why they made him the villain. So now you're probably thinking, holy cow, dude, these are some insanely high stakes for a Disney Channel movie. A military coup? The queen is being held captive? This guy got chocolate on his clothes? I know, but they only get higher from here. Rosie is taken to this secret underground base, which is the headquarters for the Princess Protection Program. It's like a top secret organization. They keep princesses safe. They're funded by all the world's royal families. And Rosie gets this whole spiel about what they do.
This is Princess Shanta. Last January, Major Mason rescued her from a politically motivated coup. We have placed her where no one will find her. Let's just say she's a little farther north than she's used to.
Is she with people? Or like near any civilization at all? It looks like they just threw her into a frozen wasteland. How's that a help? She can't be the queen from there. No one will ever find her there. Not even us. We lost her.
What about me? Where are you sending me?
Nowhere yet. First, you must go through stage 3, transformation.
The crazy thing is, they never mention this in the movie, but there are so many princesses in this program. There's gotta be like 100 just in this base that are like getting ready to be sent to a different location. Is there some kind of like world war going on? Why are there so many princesses? I don't even think there's that many princesses in the world. How many princesses are there? Let me Google that. Okay, well this article says meet all the official princesses of the world, and there's 51 photos, each of one princess. So I'm guessing there's like 51 princesses in the world. There's gotta be like most of them. They're all in danger. This is a terrifying world they live in. So Rosalina's not sold on this thing right away. She's like, this is weird. In my head, I'd be thinking you guys obviously aren't doing a very good job if literally every princess in the world is under attack. Maybe be a little more proactive with your approach instead of only helping after a spear has already been thrown at the princess.
Princess, I'm sorry, but General Kane has taken control of your country and assumed command of its government.
But I must go back.
And you will. As soon as we find a legal way to remove him.
A legal way to remove him? He tried to kill the princess. How about arrest him?
General Kane is hoping you'll contact her so he'll know where to find you.
What if he does find me?
He'll make an example of you by sending you to prison or a work farm.
Oh my god, this is so dark. Remember when Demi's character in Camp Rock just wanted to rock out at Camp Rock? In this movie, she's like, I hope my mom and I don't die in a work camp.
You're going to camp.
Work.
What?
Lucky for Rosie, she's not getting sent to Antarctica like that one girl. She's getting sent to high school. That's my impression of probably what the trailer for this movie said.
Who are you? Rosie.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
Oh, Major Mason gave me this room.
That's right, Rosie is sent to live with General Mason at their house with Carter. And when Carter meets Rosie, she is very confused.
Major Mason gave me this room.
You did, huh?
Carter, I didn't have a choice. She doesn't trust anybody but me.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I'm pretty confused about what this guy's role is. He's like a general in the Princess Protection Program, and he's never helped protect a princess before. Either way, Carter is not taking kindly to this whole hanging out with a princess thing.
You have made other sleeping arrangements?
Look, the room is not yours. It's ours. We share it.
She's pretty cold to her immediately. See, if that was me, I'd be being a lot nicer to the literal princess of a country, you know? She's got a lot of power, and if this whole coup doesn't go through, she's gonna become queen. And when she does, you're gonna wanna be friends with her, all right? This is like that show Undercover Boss. They always get like a gift at the end for being nice to the boss, if they're nice to the boss. But you know the entire time that she's the boss. Don't you think at the end of this whole thing, she's gonna be like, oh my God, thank you so much for helping me out. During my time living with you, I've learned how much worms mean to you. You're the worm girl, so I've had my people cultivate 1 million worms just for you. Here they come. Here they come in a helicopter. Once Rosie gets settled in Louisiana, she stops acting like a normal person like she did when she was in her home country and starts acting like a robot. I guess that's just like the direction that Demi was given of how you're supposed to act like an awkward princess. Just act like a robot. Carter goes in to bring Rosie some pizza and she's just sitting on the bed like a robot that has entered low power mode. And now it's time for them to go to high school? They tell Rosie with like 2 minutes notice that she's going to high school today.
Don't be shy, Rosie. Grab whatever looks good.
Bus is here. You coming?
Where are we going?
School? You're 16, you go to school.
School.
You know, for an international military agency, they're super lax about a lot of the rules and details. Oh yeah, go ahead and eat whatever you want, and oh, by the way, you are going to high school for the first time ever in about, 30 seconds. Don't stand out or they're gonna kill you and your mom. It kind of seems like they don't give these girls any training on how to survive in their new habitat. Makes me actually a lot more worried for that girl they'd put in Antarctica. I really want an update on her at the end of the movie. She's just like frozen in a block of ice. They're like, yeah, we're still kind of working out the kinks of this program. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Okay, Rosie, you're going to high school for the first time. Don't stand out.
Could this be the queen?
Obviously not, Ed.
Maybe this is the queen.
Well, technically no. Not yet, anyway.
Great. She goes into the line at the cafeteria and she's like, I don't know what a hamburger is. And then she goes to sit down and eat the hamburger and she's like, I don't know how to eat a hamburger. This movie is mostly just Rosie sticking out like a sore thumb in a variety of fun and wacky ways because she's a princess and has never been to American high school. One day, Carter tries to get Rosie to do her worm counting chore for her and she screws that up.
Carter, what's Rosie doing in the bait shop?
Chores? Yeah.
Rosie!
I love that she's just laying perfectly still when they find her. She's just accepted her fate. She's like, I'm a worm now. I was a princess and now I'm a worm. The general will never find me here. She looks more comfortable with the worms than she did in the cafeteria. She's like, oh yeah, I'm used to this. Worm time? Yeah, we used to do this all the time back in the castle, dude. We would get wet and slimy and our bones would get all squishy and we'd just slither around in the mud like a princess. Carter and Rosie still aren't getting along, so Rosie decides maybe to smooth things over, she can cook a nice home-cooked meal for Carter and her dad. This does not smooth things over. It roughens things. Under.
What's all this?
A proper dinner. To thank you for helping me clean up the mess that I made in your shop of bugs. Arroz con pollo alla fiore.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fancy. Why don't we just order pizza?
Carter is so mean. This princess's mom might be dead. Eat her rice.
Would you like a roll?
You made rolls too? I had no idea.
Yes.
Wow. Must be nice to play peasant for a day.
Would you excuse me?
Excuse me, I'm gonna go order a hit on this asshole.
You do not know me, Carter. No kidding. I'm from a small island nation called Costa Luna. Never heard of it. It is not on most maps.
It's not on most maps. If it's not even on maps, you can't really blame Carter for not knowing you, right? She's like, you don't know anything about me. How dare you not know my country that there is literally no record of existing? Also, how small is this country? Because there's some pretty friggin' small countries out there and they're still on maps. Is there like a dozen people in this country? This country is just her mom, and then the general who's trying to kill both of them.
It is very small, very unimportant to large countries, but very important to me.
Yeah, I'm just sort of sentimental like that. The island nation that I was about to assume total control over is pretty important to me.
1 month before my coronation, our palace was attacked. Your father was very brave.
Could have been braver. Later on, Rosie actually starts to stand out, but in a good way. They're at a bowling alley, and I guess even though Rosie didn't know what burgers or worms are because she's a princess, apparently she's a freak at bowling. Is confusing as hell. How is she so good at bowling? Is this like her country's national pastime? Also, why is it such a big deal? She gets 1 strike, which is something that like most people who have gone bowling have done at least once in their life. And the whole bowling alley starts clapping for her. Eventually, they're all like standing and clapping because she's doing such a great job. This means everything to them. Yes. Guys. I think that girl just pulled a strike. My heavens. Someone's finally done it. Do my eyes deceive me? How did you do that? Oh, I don't know. I just throw the ball down the alley. Pretty straight. Whoa, 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 whoa. You threw that thing? Yeah, that's what bowling is. Isn't that dangerous? We've been at it for years. And you just come in here and know how to bowl on your first try? Yeah, that's not the hard part of bowling. Nobody's ever tried to throw the ball here before? Oh, one guy did. And he died. Oh. Ball landed on his head. Yeah, you're supposed to throw it forwards, not up. Okay. Hey guys! I'm gonna try to throw the ball too, like that weird girl. Oh shit, alright. Amazing! Let's go! Let's see it. Oh, fuck. Oh, you lied! She bowls so well that the popular girls at school start like getting mad at her and being like, she's stealing our spotlight.
She is getting really popular. The vote is on Monday. We can't let her get more popular than we are.
This is truly a twist I did not expect in this movie. The princess is absolutely cracked, my lord. Rosie is so good at bowling and nothing else that she gets elected to be one of the 3 homecoming princesses. The social hierarchy at this school is insane. The school only wants one thing and it's fucking disgusting.
I want to make a difference. To do something more important with your life? Yes. You know, you're different than I thought a princess would be.
Yeah, I sort of thought princesses all knew how to act normal and talk to other people like a human being. You're like a robot, and also you're like insane at bowling. You're like a robot that was designed to do nothing but bowl.
Insert ball.
Yeah, see, like that definitely confirms my theory. The villain in this movie, aside from the evil general trying to kill her, is one of the popular girls who wants to be elected as the homecoming queen, which I feel like I'm a broken record saying this, but this is the plot to every Disney Channel movie. I don't know why in Disney Channel movies the homecoming court is such a big deal. I don't remember in high school people caring that much about it. I certainly don't remember it being grounds to help with a political assassination. That's right, the popular girls start helping the general.
Princess Rosalinda? No way.
This is a crazy twist. So the popular girls find out that Rosie is being hunted by a foreign militia, and they're just gonna expose her anyway. They're like, oh, okay. That makes our problems way easier. We can just sort of get this foreign dignitary assassinated, and then I'll be homecoming queen. They're pretty much gonna solve our problems for us. This is great. Also, what are the odds that this country is so small it's not even on maps? And yet the very first Spanish magazine this girl opens has like an entire story about the political goings on in this country.
She's not who she says she is. She's Princessa Rosalinda.
Good work, Brookie.
Thanks, Chels.
I have the perfect plan.
This is wild, dude. Imagine getting bullied so hard in high school that you got assassinated. It really puts things into perspective, man. I had it easy in high school.
General Kane is forcing my mother into marriage.
Father's never gonna let you go back.
He'll never know. I have a duty to my people, and this is something that you'll never understand. I've loved living here in Louisiana.
Okay, now I know the writers of this movie have never been to Louisiana.
And I wish my life could be like this every day. You think my life as a princess is some fairy tale?
Damn. Maybe I've been a little hard on monarchs. Here I thought they were just born unfathomably rich with unlimited power, but deep down they all just want to live in rural Louisiana with this girl. If only they could like use their power to just do that. Anyway, it's time to go to homecoming. The girls get all dressed up in their beautiful dresses for homecoming, and who better to deliver those dresses than the bus driver from earlier in the movie, who we've seen like one time. Don't know why she's involved in all this. Ah yes, the ceremonial delivering of the homecoming dresses by the bus driver.
How do I look, Dad?
I think we have a problem. I may have to stop calling you pal.
Why? What the fuck is that line supposed to mean? This is her dad. I may stop having to friend zone you. Dude, what the hell? What? So because of the popular girls, the general is going to come to the homecoming dance and try to steal Rosie and bring her back to the country where she's from. But Carter comes up with this plan to give him the old switcheroo. So he'll take Carter instead so that Rosie can enjoy her homecoming experience. I don't know why she doesn't just tell her dad, who's literally in charge of protecting the princess, but either way, their plan does not work at all, and the only reason that they don't both get sent to a work farm somewhere is because Carter's dad ends up showing up anyway and saving the day. And they all live happily ever after. Rosie ends up becoming queen of her country. So can we get a little party for the bloodline maintaining the throne? Let's go. That's what Papa likes to see. And that's the end of the movie. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this Disney Channel original experience. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg, and I'll see you next time. Bye. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Please Stop Trying to Give Birth at Disneyland. Please. Did you guys know about this? I just found out this is a thing. Women are trying to give birth at Disneyland in order to get a free lifetime pass. Don't do that. As I'm sure you guys are aware, because Disney is such a huge company with so many adoring fans and they're, you know, people love going to Disneyland, there are a ton of like urban legends and lore surrounding the Disney parks. You guys may have heard of some of the more outlandish ones, like there's one that like Walt Disney's head is like frozen and buried somewhere at Disneyland or something, or like it's like Buzz Lightyear's head on the Toy Story ride or something like that. But today I wanted to sort of dive into some of the urban legends surrounding the Disney parks. Mostly the strange things that Disney adults do at the Disney parks. Although some of these things are so weird that I hesitate to call these people Disney adults, some of these things are a little extreme. Kind of feel like I should call them something else. These people are like Disney extremists or something, I don't know. The first one, like I said, women flock to Disneyland to give birth and get a lifetime free ticket, which is such a bad idea on its face. Like, please give birth in a hospital, give birth where there are like medical professionals around and not like a chipmunk. And the worst part of it is obviously this perk is an urban myth and does not exist. This is not a real thing. Laboring women have shown up at Disneyland in the hope that their bub will be born there and get a lifetime free ticket. But guess what? That perk is an urban myth and does not exist. Important to note, this article is Australian. That's why they're calling the baby bub. They're talking about a baby there. They're not talking about like a bottle of champagne or something. I'm going to Disneyland and giving birth to that bubbly dude, which is also what I call having a fart. I just gave birth to a bubbly. As a veteran of the pregnancy game, I know for sure that the journey to motherhood, okay, that's a weird way to say I've given birth before, or just that I am a mom. As a veteran to the pregnancy game. So you have kids, right? Me? Yep, yeah, that's right. I've done 3 tours of pregnancy. I've seen shit you cannot imagine. The pain, the screaming. Yeah, I've heard childbirth can be pretty tough. The innocent lives lost. Oh. What? The airstrikes. So many civilian casualties. Are we still talking about giving birth? Yes. Laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates in hopes that if their baby is born there, they will secure their child a lifetime pass. Okay, so the article goes on to describe that there are people that have given birth at Disneyland before, and people have tried to replicate it and give birth at Disneyland, and they've gotten caught, and it hasn't gone well. I do feel like the article is over-exaggerating, though, saying that laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates. Like, pregnant women have, like, the baby already coming out and they're shoving it back in, like running into Disneyland. There's just like a crowd of angry mothers-to-be banging on the gates in front of Disneyland. Let us in! We must release our spawn! Like making a break to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride to do a water birth. I just feel like they're exaggerating a little bit. I don't know if I would characterize it quite like that. So you're probably wondering how this rumor started. Like, did Disney ever at one point give a lifetime pass to someone whose baby was born at Disneyland? Well, I will let this TikTok explain that.
Today in Disney history, the very first Disneyland baby was born. Rosa Salcedo gave birth to a 6-pound, 10-ounce baby girl on a bench on Main Street, USA, right outside of the Plaza Inn. Can you imagine visiting Disneyland as a family of 2 and coming out as a family of 3?
Yeah, I can actually. But not because I'm gonna give birth. I'm gonna kidnap Donald Duck. You're my child now, Donald. The perfect happy family of 3. Husband, wife, and my uncle Donald Duck, who I've been holding at gunpoint for the past 16 years.
There have been 4 babies born at Disneyland, and all of them have been girls, but only one has their own Disneyland birth certificate.
So that might not have sounded significant, but that's actually how the rumor started. The first baby that was born there, Teresa, got a birth certificate that was just like a Disney birth certificate that says like, this is the first baby to ever be born at Disneyland. And I guess like word got out that this baby got some kind of special certificate, and then people just started assuming like, oh, that's a lifetime pass. That baby got a lifetime pass. And from that moment on, has just been a rumor that if you give birth at Disneyland, your baby gets a lifetime free pass. So honestly, if you're like that big of a Disney fan and you do this, you don't even get a lifetime pass. You still have to pay to go to Disneyland. It's just your baby that gets in for free. And I kind of feel like babies get in for free to Disneyland anyway. Is that true? Children under the age of 3 get in free to all 4 theme parks and 2 water parks at Disney World. There you go. You want your kid to get in free to Disneyland? A better conspiracy would be just pretend they're 3 years old for their entire life. That shit could actually work. The article goes on to talk about a time where someone has tried to sneak in to give birth at Disneyland, and they hid in the bathroom while going into labor until I guess employees had to like assure her that her baby would not be getting a lifetime pass, and then she was like, oh, okay, fine, then I'll just go to the hospital. Once they assured her that she would not be receiving a lifetime passport, she came out and accepted the ambulance ride to Western Medical Center where her baby was born shortly thereafter. I don't know about you guys, is, but it kind of sounds like she failed the test. If you know anything about Disneyland, you know how well the cast members there, all of the employees, all the staff, all the people in costumes are trained to like respond to every circumstance. It sounds like you just entered the giving birth at Disneyland experience, and honestly, you didn't make it to the end where you get the prize. It also says that this discussion board, The Laughing Place, has some hilarious forum chats about this topic. So I guess other people have been like sharing stories about this happening on this forum, but when I clicked on it, it turns out that it doesn't exist anymore, which kind of sucks because I wanted to find out more times that this has happened, but honestly, it is probably for the best. Kind of sounds like they were talking about some pretty sick shit in there. You think you're gonna go to a Disney forum and see people talking about like, my favorite movie's Coco, but instead you see people talking about like, I'm gonna give birth inside of Pluto's house. I'm gonna go to Disneyland and get fucked by Goofy, and then Goofy's gonna be the father of my child, and I'm gonna give birth on It's a Small World. And I'm gonna make Elmer Fudd cut the umbilical cord. Is Elmer Fudd a Disney character? I actually don't think he is. But he's gonna be there anyway. And then me and my freak mutant, half goofy, half human child will both get lifetime passes. Free pass for life for my little freak. Passes or not, being born in Disneyland is a pretty cool claim. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. The way this is written, it kind of makes it sound like, so you might not get a free pass, but I don't know, it's worth a shot. You might want to do it anyway, just for shits. I've actually found a little bit of discussion about this on TikTok as well.
Quick question, what's stopping me from giving birth in Disney World? Like in the Magic Kingdom, on a ride, in the Epcot ball?
I think this TikTok in particular is a joke, but the comments under this TikTok are actually very interesting. I went into labor at Disney. They were not cool about it. And people like responded asking her to elaborate, and she goes on to detail her experience going into labor at Disney. And from her experience, it kind of sounds like the second anybody starts going into labor at Disney now because of this conspiracy, the entire staff immediately flips and like makes it their top priority to get you out of the park and like to a hospital to give birth. And I guess that sometimes they can be so rushed trying to get you out of the park that it comes off as rude, but obviously they're just like concerned for your health. They also don't want this rumor escalating of like people giving birth getting a free pass. And also it's just like people in sweaty mascot costumes trying to not deliver a baby because that's not their job. So sometimes I guess it comes off as rude. But the funny thing is, from this woman's entire explanation, it sounds like she didn't even know that this urban legend was a thing. So in her head, I guess she just like broke some unspoken rule at Disneyland that she had no idea about and made the entire staff of the happiest place on earth turn on her in an instant, which is so funny to me. Hello there, what can I get for you? Yeah, can I just get a medium root beer, please? Oh, great. Oh, great, another guy here to put his balls in the root beer. What? Hey everybody, this guy right here is about to pull out his big fat balls in front of everyone, in front of a bunch of children, and put his balls in a glass of root beer. Why would I do that? Don't play dumb. I'm not playing dumb. I am dumb in this situation. You've clearly heard that if you put your stupid fat balls— why do you keep calling them fat— in the root beer at Disneyland, you get to spend the night with Minnie Mouse. Oh, what the fuck? No, I just wanted some root beer. Is that true? No, it's an urban legend. But no matter how many times we tell people it's not true, we still get perverts like you coming to Disneyland, ordering root beer just so they can put their stupid— don't call them fat balls in it. Oh, come on, man, don't cry. I already am. Why do you still sell root beer if this keeps happening? Because if you shit in the root beer, you actually do get a free fast pass for Space Mountain. Okay, I don't want to put my balls in root beer, and I definitely don't want to shit in the root beer, okay? I legitimately just want to drink some root beer. Oh. Sorry, my bad, man. I didn't know. Okay, well, that's literally what I asked for, so here you go. Ah, what the fuck is that? It's Walt Disney's head. You said the secret code, so here's his head. No, root beer. What? I wanted root beer. I wanted to drink root beer. So no head? No. Overall, pretty disappointing that anyone actually believed this in the first place. In what world would Disney want to foster an environment where mothers are coming into their park, their theme park, to try to give birth? Especially if they're not like billing it back to the person that gave birth and being like, okay, here's your hospital bill, and because it's Disney, it was $1 million. Now, by now, it should be no surprise to you that there are some people in this world that want to spend every waking moment of their lives at Disneyland, especially their most precious moments in life, which is why you can also get married at Disneyland. Just like expecting mothers trying to sneak into the bathroom to pop out a quick a quick person. Couples are of course also trying to cheat the system and avoid paying to have their wedding at Disney. So they'll just like sneak in with like themselves, maybe a couple family members and an officiant, and just like have the wedding in like a somewhat secluded area of the park. Here we have an article that details a San Diego couple sharing their secret Disneyland wedding story. Not many people can say they secretly got married in Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle. 2 years ago, Gabriel and Andrea had been saving up for their dream wedding at Disneyland. However, when they began looking for wedding options at the park, the couple said that the cheapest option was $12,000. Instead, they decided to spend their life savings on a house. Great move, honestly. No complaints so far. That's a very wise choice. So Gabriel and Andrea decided to have a secret wedding at Disneyland. The couple gathered Gabriel's oldest daughter, an ordained minister, a witness, and packed their bags, heading for Disneyland for what they called a guerrilla-style wedding. Now, I don't know much about weddings. I've only had one, but I do know that you don't generally want to have them guerrilla style. Like when we were planning our wedding, that word almost never came up, I don't think. Just imagining them describing their wedding afterwards, like, yeah, it was so romantic. We hid in the bushes for 8 hours in the hot Florida sun wearing camo paint, waiting for the crowds to die down. You know, just sort of waiting out the crowds and the gunshots, the airstrikes. Airstrikes? Then we popped out and I said I do. Happiest day of my life. Here's my favorite picture of the big day. Now buckle up because this next urban legend is about to get nasty. Quite literally, this is disgusting. Like I said, the most devoted Disney fans would probably spend forever at Disney if they could, but maybe they can. For years and years, the Haunted Mansion has been the home to an endless supply of Disney myths and legends. But the attraction's most prevalent and persistent rumor is that guests regularly spread the remains of their friends and family inside the ride. This can't be true though, right? It is 100% true. Yes, that is right, and I don't want to bash anybody's final wishes. I know that that's a very personal thing, but spreading human remains in a public place that people are like walking around and touching? Please don't do that. Or you know what, I should say, you know, because I feel bad for people who are just trying to honor their dead relatives' wishes or whatever. If you're alive still and you're watching this video and that's gonna be in your will, please take it out. Don't make people do that on your behalf. Honestly, I am a little relieved that people are sticking to like spreading ashes at least, because there are a lot of different ways to dispose of a body. It was actually my grandpa's greatest wish to be laid to rest at Disney. Oh, that's sweet. You're gonna scatter his ashes around at the park? Not exactly. The Haunted Mansion probably has so much human ashes in it, it's not even funny, said one Disneyland custodian. Blah! That is the nastiest thing. Oh my God. Don't do that. Do not do that. Please.
People scatter their loved ones' ashes in the Disney parks monthly. Can you imagine just like being on a ride and the person next to you is dumping out ashes? Disney employees are literally aware of this too. They have to follow special protocols every time this happens. The custodians are used to identifying and vacuuming up these ashes.
I don't know why I was surprised to hear they vacuum them up. Of course they do. It's a literal human corpse, basically. Of course they get rid of it. The people who are like requesting this happen to their bodies must know this, right? They must know that some custodian that does not willingly work in like a morgue or something is going to have to take care of that. This sounds awful for everyone. If you're the custodian, you have to vacuum it up, but if you're the person that just lost someone you care about, you have to know that they're just gonna vacuum it up. They might even make you watch. They have you come identify all the places that you scattered the remains, and then they just like make eye contact with you while they're vacuuming it up. This is going in the garbage now. We're gonna throw this in the garbage now. Say bye-bye. So when you're laying them to rest in the happiest place on earth, you're actually condemning them to forever in the suckiest place in the world. Yes, that is a very funny joke.
And people will put them anywhere too. Like flower beds, bushes, the lawn at Magic Kingdom, outside the park gates.
Outside the park gates? They'll put this shit anywhere too, you know? Outside the park gates, on the highway on the way home, the McDonald's across the street, Universal Studios, shit anywhere. It doesn't really matter. I feel so bad for the employees that have to deal with this, honestly. That would be so scary. Honestly, even as a patron, you know, I honestly like going to Disneyland every once in a while. I think it's pretty fun. But next time I go, I am going to be terrified that I'm like touching human remains at all times. Especially now knowing that they put them everywhere. I'm gonna be eating a turkey leg and wondering like, is this actually some guy's leg?
They're most frequently dispersed around the Haunted Mansion, which is kind of perfect, if you ask me.
Okay, this girl's actually a little bit too into it. But now this whole ashes thing, which is not really an urban legend, is actually true, has actually spawned urban legends out of it, as you can see here.
Have you heard of the legend of the crying boy at the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland? The story goes a mother spread her son's ashes without permission from Disneyland, and you can see him crying as you're exiting the ride.
Spooky. I wonder why he's crying. Maybe because his ashes are in a vacuum. Maybe because he was a little boy and his mom spread his ashes in the scariest ride at Disneyland. The mom was like, yeah, my son used to love this ride. Every time we would get on it, he would be screaming and crying and shaking because he was so happy and excited. So I decided this is the perfect place for him to spend the rest of eternity. In a rundown castle of pure terror. It's what my darling little boy would have wanted. All in all, it seems to me that Disney, this giant corporation that owns like every media property known to man, has their grubby little fingers wrapped around people a little bit too tightly. It's like you already have every movie and TV show. Do you really need people like begging to spend their entire lives at your theme park also? But even still, with people spreading their loved ones' ashes at Disney, people trying to give birth at Disney just to get free tickets, Disney is still trying their best to immerse you in their parks as much as possible to make you never want to leave. Recently, Disney opened up the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which is a Star Wars hotel and experience. I think it's like a 2 or 3 day long experience where you are like in this hotel. There's like a story that you have to follow about shit going on around you. It seems very immersive, and to a pretty big Star Wars fan, honestly, it sounds pretty cool. But it is also $5,000, and instead of windows, your room has a screen that just shows a video of outer space playing. So, you know, just keep that in mind that you might go insane while you're in this place. With no concept of night or day, you just have to adhere to the Star Wars pre-approved activities. There's like stormtroopers patrolling the halls at all times. It's kind of like they wanted to build a Star Wars hotel, but they built a prison instead. I read through some of the Google reviews for this hotel. It's only been open for a little bit, so there's not that much to go off of. And honestly, there are a lot of 5-star reviews of people who seemingly really enjoyed it. I did think that this review was really funny. This person gave it a 1 out of 5, and they said, thought the experience was fun, but not worth the price. There are too many missions to keep track of, and you are always missing something. It kind of seems like they got like too immersed in the story and like started to believe that they really needed to complete these missions. This sounds more like the review of a disgruntled employee that like works on a spaceship. There are too many fucking missions, man. There's too much shit to do. The hyperdrive is gonna fail, and I need to fix that. Not to mention the First Order's breathing down my fucking neck, trying to get me to give away the location of my comrade. This place is fucking stressful. I think my favorite thing I've seen come out of this Star Wars hotel is this apparently now deleted ad for the experience that says, strike unlikely alliances in your very own Star Wars story. Apparently when you come in, you can decide if you want to be like on the good side or the bad side. So this ad shows that. Holy shit, this place is metal, dude. This goes hard. It's crazy to me that you actually can choose to be on the side of like the evil intergalactic fascists, basically. You and your preteen daughter can don First Order uniforms and betray one of your favorite characters' trusts, Chewbacca, giving away his location and leading the First Order directly to him, who will take him away to be tortured and then eventually executed. It might be a little too immersive. It might be. We're gonna start hearing people come back and you're gonna be like, how was your trip? You went to the Star Wars hotel, right? And they'll be like, the guilt over my actions will haunt me forever. But I did what I had to do. It was honestly fucking sick. I loved it. And honestly, like, if someone offered to bring me there for free, would I go? Yes, I probably would. Yeah, honestly, I would like to go 100%. I would like to go. And as in an intergalactic prison isn't immersive enough for you, pretty soon Disney is going to start offering an even more immersive and even less temporary experience. You may have seen Disney recently announce their Story Living initiative, where they're basically going to be building cities, with their first like test city being built in the desert in California. I don't know about you, but this seems very creepy to me. I don't really know what Story Living entails. They're pretty vague about it in all of the promotional videos.
Story Living by Disney allows us to leverage what we do best: world-class service, legendary storytelling, and creativity. This exciting new venture will enhance, extend, and strengthen the Disney brand by allowing us to bring the magic of Disney to places you may never have expected.
But it does kind of worry me to live in a town where every aspect of your day-to-day life is curated by Disney. Oh gosh. I feel like we have so much chemistry together. Me too. This has been great. This date was a lot of fun. I really haven't connected with anyone like this in a long time. Fantastic. How likely would you be to recommend this experience to a friend? What? On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate my performance? Performance? I thought you were just like genuinely interested in me, like romantically. Oh, perfect. So a 10 then? I really opened up to you. And you opened up to me. That's all just part of the story living experience. It's Disney magic. So that whole story you told me about how sad you were that you had to release your pet into the wild because it had grown to be wild. That was the plot of The Fox and the Hound. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Thank you for riding Disney's Love Connection. Please make sure you pick up all your belongings as you exit the ride.
Are you an animatronic?
Please do not try to fuck any of the animatronics.
Are you
on your
all
way out,
animatronic?
and have a lovely day here at
Am I the only
Disney
person that
Storytelling.
lives here? Anyway, that's the end of the video. It's time to talk about our sponsor. What's up? It's me, a hacker, and I'm so excited to steal your data because you don't have today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. You see, sending data over an unencrypted network is a lot like sending a postcard. There's no envelope to cover up your info and protect your sacred message. So any old creep with a little bit of basic computer knowledge and a little bit of free time can come along and check out all of your private information. I'm talking passwords, financial details, hell, emails. I'm gonna look at all of it. I'm doing it right now. Hey guys, I was just kidding. It's just me, Danny. Well, I wasn't kidding about most of it actually. Just the part about me being a hacker, but the rest of it is true. Oh, there's not enough light on my face now. Can I just sort of illuminate my face with this? Luckily, today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, is here to help. Because ExpressVPN encrypts all of your network data with their best-in-class encryption. It would literally take a hacker using a supercomputer billions of years to crack this encryption. ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds out there. They've got 24/7 customer support, and ExpressVPN is extremely easy to use. You can fire it up and get connected with just one click. I've got ExpressVPN on every device that can have it, just to have a little bit of extra peace of mind when I'm out and about, especially on public Wi-Fi. So if you want to find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free, then head on over to the link in the description. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Thank you, ExpressVPN, so much for keeping us safe, but also sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. When you click on the link, it really helps to support my channel, so thank you for that. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my army here on YouTube. We are a ruthless army whose violence and terror knows no bounds. Please subscribe and turn on my notifications to join, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of trying to find the worst iPhone game in the world. I had a lot of fun making the last video, but more importantly, I realized just how many terrible games there are on the App Store. Apple likes to pretend it's all just these like super polished, high quality games on the App Store, but if you just look slightly below surface level, it's just all garbage. It's all the strangest games you've ever heard of, these like ridiculous knockoffs, and that's where I want to start today. Let's just search a popular franchise and see how many knockoffs come up for it. Let's try Grand Theft Auto. Okay, first off, we have all of the actual Grand Theft Auto games first on the list, as you would expect. And then we get down to the games that want you to think they're Grand Theft Auto, like Real Gangster Mafia Vice Town, Open World Gangster Game, Gangster Town 2. Geez, there are so many. There's like hundreds of these. A grand, tough guy in Miami? What makes him so grand? The tough guy is grand? I love that he has security written on his back. Security for who? He starts fights with people and then he becomes security for himself. He's like, I gotta protect myself. These psychos are trying to hurt me. Why is he standing like that? That's a tough guy stance if I ever saw one. Don't mess with me, kid. Fuck around and you'll find out why. This app includes Crime Simulator, beautiful Miami crime-style landscape. I've always wanted to visit Miami for their beautiful crime-style landscape. Interesting rap hip-hop music. You can tell whoever made this game just has like no real life ties to like any of this culture. They're like, the rap and hip hop music is very interesting. Download a grand tough guy in Miami for free and win the mafia war between gangster bands. Bands? Back the fuck up, Tony. You know these are our streets, all right? And the only way that you're taking over this side of town is if you out-rock us. Okay, grand tough guy in Miami is getting downloaded. Let's try another popular franchise. What if we type in Spider-Man? We got Spider Fighter, Spider Fighter 2, Amazing Rope Police, Open World Rope Hero, Super Rope Hero. So many of them have rope in the name, it's almost like they think people searching for a Spider-Man game might be searching like, who's the guy that shoots rope? Who's the rope hero? Oh, I love that guy that shoots rope. What was he bitten by again? Radioactive cowboy? That's right, Cowboy Man, who shoots lassos out of his wrists. Okay, this is interesting. Gorilla Hero, superhero game. This game seems like it's trying to copy like a million different games at once. First off, it's a gorilla. It's like King Kong, but he's red and blue to be like, no, he's Spider-Man. He's the rope guy. But also it's Grand Theft Auto, but also the bad guys are zombies. And also the gorilla actually isn't blue and red. He's like a human being with like a chain on. Oh, but sometimes he is blue and red and he is swinging from rope. Hello, are you crazy to play superhero games? This superhero fighting game or crime simulator gorilla rampage game, this sounds like it could be two drastically different games depending on how you play it. Superhero fighting game, you can, you know, take down villains, make the world a better place. Or simulator gorilla rampage game, you can be just a wild gorilla and fucking tear the city apart. All right, I am downloading gorilla superhero game. Okay, this could be kind of a fun change of pace. Not so much a knockoff, but still in the violence realm. Kung Fu Boy against bullying. Kung Fu Boy practiced the Kung Fu and some other martial arts to get ready against bullying. Okay, so it looks like it's a game about a kid who's getting bullied and he learns Kung Fu to combat the bullying. He doesn't say like, maybe I need to turn to like authority figures at my school to help. He says, I need to learn how to kill these bullies. Oh, okay, you get to go to the tournament. What is this needle button? Are we taking steroids? Actually, I don't know what a lot of these buttons are. Maybe this is a pin for like pinning up your costume to make it look better, but then you've got like, oh, the first place button. Stand on first place. Give me the trophy. I win first place. All right, this one looks fun. I will be downloading Kung Fu Boy against bullying. The president. The boss has arrived in office. Okay, this looks fun. It's another kind of like simulator game. You can choose whether you want to be a man president or a lady president. You can make new laws, like everyone should do the chicken dance. And there they are, everybody doing the chicken dance. Did I also make a new law where everybody has to either be a guy with a beard in a green hoodie, a milkman, or a girl with a star on her shirt? Make OnlyFans illegal. Tap to slap? What the fuck? Just another one of those presidential duties, you know? Guy comes into your office, asks you to make something illegal, and you just smack the shit out of him. No, I like that website. Pick a law and they will feel your wrath. These people are gonna feel my wrath, baby. I am downloading the president. Okay, this game has actually been suggested to me a few times. It's called My Horse Prince, and I'm very interested to try it out. It looks like some kind of romance game, but the love interest is a horse with a person's face. I guess that's just kind of a theme of this series so far, is that I just have to do a game about horses, and a deeply unsettling one at that. Will you be my owner? There stands a horse with a handsome human face. So it is a horse. It's not like a person who got half transformed into a horse. It's just a horse with a human's face. Is this a dream or a nightmare? Clearly it's a nightmare. It was there, she saw him. That handsome horse. Do you want a carrot? Gameplay includes items appear with time, tap items to get points. Points are determined by energy level. These are not the things I want to know about the game. I don't care if I can tap items to get points. I want to know why there's a game about dating a horse with a human face. Oh good, cleared levels are automatically stored in the album. But what about the horse? Why does this game exist? And who the heck is this little guy? I want to make lots of memories, he says, as he stands there looking completely different than both the other characters in this game. I guess there's only one way to find out, folks. I'm downloading My Horse Prince. All right, gang, we have a variety of interesting games. Let's head over to the PlayStation. Welcome to the PlayStation. This is where I play my games. It is time to play the games. First game, Grand Tough Guy Miami, baby. Let's see what this game is all about. Okay, what kind of interesting cityscape has this dropped me in? I've got my character here, the security guard, who is standing with the absolute toughest stance I've ever seen. And just when you think you're getting ready to start peacefully exploring the world,
asshole.
This guy calls you an asshole and squares up for absolutely no reason. I was walking away from him. I don't know what I could have possibly done to make him upset. Maybe he was expecting me to compliment his cool tough guy posture. But regardless of why, I had to figure out how to fight immediately, which was admittedly harder than I thought it was going to be because of the 2 buttons they give you to fight, only one of them works. The kick button just does not work. Doesn't do anything. He won't kick. Kick, motherfucker, kick! Okay, well, I guess I killed him. Is this guy gonna try to fight me now? Yes, he is. Is he gonna try to fight me? Oh, shit. Yeah, the whole beginning of this game for me was a disaster. I immediately got beaten to the brink of death by this guy, who continued to call me an asshole for the entire time he was kicking my butt. And then this guy came out of nowhere to finish the job. After this, you're directed to your very first mission, which is to help your friend hide his drugs. So you navigate through the map of Miami, which I must say, game devs, you really outdid yourself on the accuracy of this one. What is that? Mountain? Is it mountains? Ah, yes, those famous Miami mountains. That's the crime landscape they were talking about. Those mountains are criminals. You captured the crime landscape of Miami perfectly, from the 2 blocks of suburban neighborhood to the perfectly square right angles of the coast. I mean, I have to say, really made me feel like I was back in Miami, baby. Now I have a little weed button. Bing bong. So, stash place 1. I'm going to the next place. Oh, I just stashed it in the ground? Ah, the life of a drug dealer. Driving around to various parks in their neighborhoods, burying weed with their bare hands. I may sound like I'm being sarcastic, but I genuinely don't know if this is something people do. So look, I don't need to tell you that this is a poorly designed game. I mean, you have eyes. You can see what the NPCs look like. The game mechanics of this game are trash. They make trying to do almost anything impossible. Riding a bike. Oh my god, please. Driving a car. Nothing works right in this game, and it is made so much worse by the ads. This game is full of ads. Sometimes you go into an ad while you're next to a dead body that you've just killed, and during the ad, the dead body comes back to life and starts attacking you. So you come out of an ad and you're already almost dead, and this guy who you thought you killed is the one responsible. Also, sometimes the game just decides to teleport you in the middle of an ad. Where am I? I was not over here before the ad started, was I? Now, all this makes getting around pretty difficult, and truth be told, if I wasn't recording this video, I probably would have stopped playing this game long before I got to this point. But boy, am I glad I didn't, because if I had, I would have never discovered the joy that is the music in this game. That's right. The interesting rap music. Stop your chicken sounds?
Anywhere in Chicken Town.
Anywhere in Chicky Town.
Stuck in fucking Chicken Town.
Stuck in fucking Chicken Town, man. I can relate. These are the sounds of Miami. Every time I go to Miami, I swear to God, all I hear is, "Oi, mate, you better stop making your bloody chicken sounds before you get bloody killed." But by far the most annoying detail of this game is the hospital. If you lose any amount of health in this game, the only way to get it back is by going to the hospital. Even if you get knocked out, you respawn with pretty much the amount of health you had right before you died, which is nothing. So it's really in your best interest to go to the hospital and heal yourself, because if you get knocked out a certain amount of times, you actually die, and then you lose all the progress you've made in the game so far. There's just one problem with all this. The hospital is very hard to find. Okay, so the blue star that I thought might be the hospital is actually a jet ski, it turns out. I couldn't find it. For the life of me, I could not find this place, so I spent the entire game doing every mission with basically 0 health. So anytime anybody so much as punched me one time, I just got knocked out. But you know what? Eventually, I figured out why the hospital is so hard to find. One cool feature about this game is that some buildings on the map don't appear until you zoom in more. Actually, that's a little bit inaccurate. It's not some buildings. It is just the hospital. So arguably the most important building in the entire game, to me anyways, because I had 0 health the entire time, does not exist on the map unless you're zoomed in enough. It's hidden. It's like they don't want you to find it. And you know what? I kind of think I know why they don't want you to find it, because you know what happens when you get there and you try to get healed? Is that a hospital? It is a hospital! Let's freaking go! Let's go in there. How do I get into the hospital? No. Please tell me they did not forget to add this part of the game in or something. Did they forget to program this part? What kind of sick freaks designed this game? Who are you? Where do you live? Comment it below. I just want to talk. After all this, I was able to successfully hide all the weeds and get my next mission. Let's go. Wait, why was I small all of a sudden? Did you see that? But unfortunately, after I was given the next mission, which was just the same mission, but this time with more weed, I died and lost all my progress in the game. Oh my god, I died. You are killed. Do I get to go to the hospital now? All right, time for the moment of truth. Did I lose all my progress or just some of my progress? Hey bro, I want to work in your gang. Oh my god! You need to hide drugs and stash. I lost all my progress because I didn't go to the hospital. Because there is no way to get in the hospital. And after this, I was pretty much fed up with the game. Man, fuck this game. So I went to the only place that I knew I could actually count on. Let's go! Woo! Whoa! 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 You know what? Maybe this game's not. It's time to learn Kung Fu and end bullying, bitch. Kung Fu boy against bullying. Why does he look so concerned when he's punching the punching bag? He's like, is this how you punch? I don't know. I don't know, help. And of course, before you get to do anything, it gives you an ad. Whoa, what is this game, Nerdy Boy? He doesn't look that nerdy to me. Here is the Kung Fu boy against bullying's origin story. We're just at school, we're chilling, not hurting anybody, and a bully comes up to us and he's pissed that we got a better grade on a test than him, and then he just wrecks us. It's a crazy fight, dude. A dust cloud forms. There's like a cat in there for some reason. And that's pretty much where the game leaves us, with us cleaning up the mess that our bully made. And dear Lord, what a mess it is. Okay, so it looks like on the left are things I need to do to help this poor kid. So I'm gonna press the locker button. Oh, and I guess fix the locker. The school is gonna make the kid fix the locker? He got beat up. It's a very gruesome story so far. We're like dressing our wounds, our bloody wounds. And I just wanna know who is running this school. It seems very cruel to me that we got beat up and now we're the ones cleaning up. How is that fair? Where are the teachers? Where's the principal? Where's the janitor? I'm a little worried that halfway through the game, we're gonna find out that that was the principal. He's like, that's right, and I'll do it again. Stop being smarter than me. I'm supposed to be the smartest one here. We go to a kung fu place straight away. I guess we decide there are no adults here that are going to help me. I need to take matter into my own hands. I need to learn how to fight. The first thing our sensei tells us to do? Get a new outfit. He says, get out of those ugly ass clothes, dude. No wonder you got beat up. You look like a dweeb. At this point, we need to talk about this kid's voice because I hate it. The first time we hear people talk in this game, it's just like text to speech voice. It sounds like a TikTok or something.
You got more marks in test than me, so what?
But the next time we hear him speak, he has this like high-pitched elf voice.
Like new.
Ugh. I hate it. You know what, actually square up, kid. That's right, I hate you too now. Yeah, I'm the bully now. I'm the Kung Fu man for bullying. My theory is that they must have just downloaded a bunch of random dialogue from some stock library somewhere and just like tried to make it work in different circumstances. Because sometimes he doesn't even have the same voice.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Alright, we've got our outfit customized. Now it's time to train. Training consists of this boy kicking this bag while staring deeply into our eyes. Gotta make the enemy uncomfortable. I like it. Then our sensei takes us to a deserted island where the training continues. First things first, let's eat some soup.
Much better.
Than just water? Yeah, I guess so, man. Where are my parents? I'm eating soup in the desert with a strange old man. Where are my legal guardians? I need help. I feel like I'm in constant danger in this game. There's a battleship behind me. I'm worried that's going to attack. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or it's the training, but suddenly our little kung fu boy has the voice of a man.
Do it. 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 Do it.
He's finally gone through the final stage of puberty. Kung Fu.
Breathe in, breathe out. That was really bothering me.
What was bothering you? What are you talking about? Oh, man, I was really wondering when someone was gonna come along and put a rock on my back while I plank. Thank you so much. God, that was really bothering me. Here's the messed up part. Halfway through training, our bully finds us while we're eating with the sensei, and he takes pictures of us through the window. And then in the next scene, the pictures are all over school, and we've gotten the shit beaten out of us again. This game is ruthless. I mean, really, we're trying to get ourselves out of a bad situation. He can't even cut us some slack for like a day. But our just desserts might actually be right around the corner, because right after this, the game presents us with a pretty interesting development.
Hi, George.
My bully.
Get ready for the tournament.
Is he going to a tournament with me? Am I gonna be fighting him in a tournament? This is gonna be sick. That's right, we get to face off in a tournament against the bully that started it all. And to get ready for this tournament, we decorate?
That was really bothering me.
What am I doing right now? Why am I decorating this room? I thought I was just packing my bags for the tournament, but then it was like, and put a couch down, put on a weird hat, and some silly shoes. All right, it's time to show this bully who's boss. It's time to use everything we've learned in a series of complicated kung fu challenges that will test our skills. Unfortunately, the game does not let us participate in this part. We just get to watch a cutscene of the two boys chopping wood with their bare hands and then getting into another fight. Fortunately, we absolutely maul this kid. We destroy him. Let's go! I guess that's what separates us from the bullies. Sure, I will beat the shit out of you so hard that you'll wish you were never born, but only for a trophy. I'll only do it in a controlled environment where people are watching it happen, and then I get a big reward and you don't. And to be fair, when I'm done, I'll clean him up. I'll pick the little leaves off of him. I'll, you know, sedate him with this needle. Sure. I'll also stitch his chest shut. Actually, a little too graphic. I think we might have gone a little bit too hard on the poor lad, but nevertheless, I'm happy we did it. I gave myself a medal and took a picture to commemorate the occasion, and then the game informed me that it was all done.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Game done? Is that what it said? Sorry, did I just beat the game? That was it? And that's how I ended bullying. Now I'm going to become the president. Hello and welcome to the Oval Office. It's time to talk about the president. I immediately started this game by making a grave mistake. I clicked don't allow to send notifications. Maybe I should have clicked allow. They might need me for something in the middle of the day when I'm not paying attention. Like if my world is about to get nuked by aliens or something, I'll probably want to be able to be reached. But a good president never admits they were wrong, so it was time to take the oath of office. Why is the person that's in charge of like the oath of office like a train conductor? So this is mostly just a game where you pick between two options, a good option and an evil option. The only problem is the consequences of picking either option are pretty unclear. In fact, it seems like most of the time it's completely inconsequential.
Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of president.
That I will steal all public property. Screw it, dude, I'm clicking that.
Haha, nice joke.
This guy's just like, yeah, okay, dude, good one. Can we keep doing the oath now? That was not a joke, okay? You don't think I'll do it? I already am. He looks down and his train conductor uniform is just gone. He's naked. And I'm starting with these. So I signed my presidential oath, I do a little dance, and that's it. I'm the president. It should be noted that this little dance is my favorite part of the game. It's actually one of the only good parts of this whole game. He just looks like he's having so much fun. It's funny, it's silly, and the president isn't the only one that gets to do it either. This lady comes into the office to give me a gift, and then she starts doing the dance. When I sign things into law that all my citizens like, they start doing the dance. How sick is that? I never wanted to be president before, but if this is what it's like, sign me up, dude. Call me Joseph Brandon. The craziest part of this game has got to be the public executions. Yeah, no, really. There are public executions in this game.
Execute.
Old President Dan runs a bit of a different kind of society, I guess you could say. Say one bad word about me, and I will strike you with lightning. I will harness the power of the gods, and I will wipe you off the earth, unfortunately. One of the laws you can sign is that, like, everyone should fight, and obviously the citizens, they don't like that. And they start speaking out, and the game gives you the option to execute somebody. Isn't that insane? This game has such, like, a cute art style. I was not expecting that. I just know that after summoning this lightning and destroying this man, my little guy is at his podium just like... And the game appears to get even darker from there. Pardon death row prisoners?
I robbed a bank to pay for my daughter's hospital bill.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I was looking for something a little more light. I think I'm gonna move on to the next game. Hey guys, it's me, your favorite superhero. Rope Man. Guys, I don't want to spoil the review for Gorilla Superhero, but I really like this game. Whoa, what did I just stumble across here? Oh my god, he is getting into it, dude. Yeah, this guy seems cool as hell. And sure, I had questions. Why does he have human hair? He already has fur on the rest of his body. He's got like bleached blonde hair. But his dancing put me in such a great mood that I was willing to look past all that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the whole review like this. It's really hot in here. The beginning cutscene got me freaking hyped. Our gorilla is sitting on a rooftop with his unexplained panda friend when we leap into action to help defeat a bad guy that the police are fighting. And this is when I learned the true appeal of the game. The combat. Is this punching? I can't tell if I'm hitting them. What? What did I just press? Everyone turned into skeletons, dude. Whoa, dude. What the hell? Combat, I guess, is a pretty loose term for what's going on in this game. There is a punch button, sure, and it does a little bit of damage. But then you have this whole outer ring of powers and spells that your gorilla is somehow able to harness. And they're so powerful. Basically a one-hit kill for any enemy. It could be a normal guy, it could be a zombie, it could be this like weird purple futuristic BMX rider. Every move just turns them into skeletons. No questions asked. You just push it and it's like, they're dead. They're gone. They've been dead for years. Their bodies decay. I love how this gorilla runs. Like a little gorilla man. Is this how gorillas really run? That'd be crazy to see a gorilla running around like this in the zoo. I just got somewhere to be. Maybe they do run like that. I don't know. Can we get a video of how gorillas really run on the screen, please? Your gorilla can run, jump, smash, swing from rope, and he can even use said rope to yank people. Whoa. Oh, actually, can I shoot web at people? Gotta yank these fools. Yeah, I am. I'm yanking them. Get yanked. You can yank people. You can yank them to their death, which is quite frankly how I want to go. I don't want to die, but if I have to, make it by a monkey. Make it by a monkey yanking me with a rope. I want to be walking around my city, my beautiful crime landscape city, and I want a giant gorilla to land next to me and shoot a rope at me, and then he just yanks me. And then that's just it. Lights out immediately. The last thing I experience in this world is just like a moment of like zooming toward a monkey. Now you might think that having such earth-shattering powers would be a constant net positive, but to be fair, there actually were a few instances where they got in the way. I wonder if I can steal this cop car. Oops, I wanted to steal a car and I accidentally destroyed the entire thing and everyone in sight. But luckily, you actually don't really need a car in this game because the gorilla is faster than the cars on his own. Kind of crazy that they even added cars into the game at all when they're completely useless. Also, even when you do get in them, the gorilla doesn't even fit. And also, the cars in this game have that shitty game mechanic where instead of like a joystick, there's just a left and right button for steering, as if that's useful at all. I think there's a reason those haven't been implemented in real cars. You're about to hit a deer and you're just like jamming the right button. No! Get out of the way! Now, unfortunately, this game does get old after a few minutes. As far as I can tell, there's no story in this game. You're basically meant to just run around and turn people into skeletons, which is fun at first, sure, but I don't know, can I turn people into other spooky things like goblins and witches? Also, the game kept coming up with this pop-up that said something like, explore the world to win achievements. And then it would send you directly into an ad, which was pretty annoying. Explore the world to win achievements. Yeah, that's what I'm doing that. If you would stop showing me these ads, it's like you're mad at me that the ads are coming up. It's like, don't watch these ads, dude. Explore the world. I'm trying. So outside of upgrading your character to the red and blue gorilla, which I did do. Yes! Yahoo! Look at the red little butt. There really is no reason to keep playing this game for more than like a half an hour. So while I will most likely never play this game again, I would like to thank you, Super Gorilla Hero. This one goes out to you, Super Gorilla Hero. Thank you for all the great times, you crazy little ape. Howdy. Yes, my friends, it is finally time to talk about My Horse Prince. Apparently, the second I downloaded this game, it decided it's actually not called My Horse Prince, it's called something else. But fear not, the game is still about a human-faced horse. I know that's why you guys were sticking around. I know what my viewers want. This game kind of flows like one of those episodes or chapters type games. First, I had to name our main character. I thought I was naming the horse, so I accidentally named her Horace. And Horace explains that she recently moved to the countryside to get away from her ugly middle-aged coworkers. I poured so much of myself into my work that my only interaction with men was at the office. An office full of middle-aged salary men nobody would call attractive. The hell? Bunch of old weirdos that literally nobody could love. Okay, so she moved to the countryside to try to find a Prince Charming of sorts. She's on the hunt for some hot guys. And then we meet this guy. This guy owns a ranch where they train racehorses. I don't know why he looks like that, and they never acknowledge it. Dude, you know Horace is pissed right now. She traveled all the way from the city to the countryside to find some hot guys, and then she meets this guy? This, I have to imagine, is the exact type of guy she was trying to get away from. I mean, sure, I don't know for a fact that they look like SpongeBob drew a middle-aged man with that magical pencil and it came to life. But look at this guy. He's not exactly a hot guy. Are you here to see some horses? Oh, yes. Well, there's one over there. Go have a closer look. And there he is. He has a human head? What's that? Missy, don't tell me. You're seeing the horse as a man? He got real long when he said that. You're seeing the horse as a man? So it turns out that Horace is actually the only person that can see a human face on this horse, lending further credibility to my theory that this is not a human with a horse body, it is a horse with a human face, who should not be pursued romantically. That's just Danny's 2 cents. Let me guess. Your year of the horse? Yeah, I am. I've heard that weird girls born in the year of the horse sometimes see horses as attractive men. People with the ability are really something special. I don't know, man. It kind of sounds like he's trying to make it seem like a superpower, and quite frankly, I very much disagree. This is a curse. It's not some ability that you can choose to use that somehow gives you an advantage over other people. You're cursed. Every time she looks at a horse, it's some guy. She looks horses in the eyes, and they're like, hey, sorry, but if you gave me that in a game of like, would you rather, I'm picking the other option every time. Anyways, let's talk to this hot horse some more. People with the ability are really something special. Praise, praise. Wish I could get attracted to one of these things. I'm around them all day. Don't worship me. What's going on? Hey, is this guy bothering you? I'll stomp him into the dirt. He's just a tiny little potato man. Don't worry, I'll use my hooves and I'll kick him into the ground. From the amount of this game that I've played, which admittedly is not as much as I probably should have, I can't really tell if this is supposed to be romantic or not. And honestly, I don't know if Horace knows that either. I think she's working through some very complicated feelings. She keeps saying things like, maybe I could hook up with this guy. Oh wait, oh no, he's a horse. What am I thinking? He's a horse. Oh, I've been duped again. He neighs and whinnies. I wouldn't say those are the reasons you can't date a horse, but you're on the right track. Outside of how insane the premise of this game is and how confused I am every time I talk to this horse, this game is actually pretty boring. It's mostly just like skipping through dialogue boxes and then playing these weird feeding/training games where you're either feeding him carrots or having him run on treadmills that he breaks every time he uses one, both of which drain his energy, and the only way to get his energy back is by talking to him, which could be interesting, but the only thing he ever wants to talk about is horse stuff. You like ranches? What do you think of carrots? I don't care about the carrots. I want to talk about hot guys. Call me crazy, but this game did not exactly draw me in and make me want to play more of it. It's kind of wild that they made a game that has such a weird premise that you can't help but want to click on it, but then they totally fumbled in the execution. How could a game about dating a man horse be so bland? So yeah, that's it for this game, and you know what? That's all the games. That is all the games I was going to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. This is Love on a Leash. I think it is the worst movie I have ever seen. Other movies I've watched on this channel have had their issues. Sure, they've had plot holes. They've had terrible pacing. They've had Noah Centineo, yeah. But this movie, Love on a Leash, is just different. This movie fails in every possible category. This movie is bad at even being a movie. Look at the poster. You can probably tell what the movie is about just by looking at the poster. And yes, it is as bad as you think. This movie came out in 2011. It is about a woman falling in love with a dog. It's sort of like Beauty and the Beast. And you'd think, oh, it's not a beast, it's just a dog. So maybe he won't be as bad as the beast. No, he's way worse than the beast. You're gonna hate this dog by the time the movie is over. And this movie has a lot of not great themes, so please be cautious while watching this movie. It's nothing like graphic. I'm not gonna show anything that would be like rated R, but just beware. Now, if you think I'm over exaggerating about how bad this movie is, let's just take the intro, for example, because this movie starts with utter silence. We get this opening montage with no music, no sound, just dog. And it lasts for a cool 1 minute and 12 seconds before we get any sort of dialogue, and that is because this movie has no soundtrack. And you might be thinking like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. Kind of like an avant-garde choice to intentionally make a film with no music throughout. And I don't think it was intentional, because there's definitely spots where there's supposed to be music. Also, in the opening credits, there is a composer credited. Wait, the composer's name is Peter Davison? Skeet! Can this motherfucker keep his hands out of anything? Try not ruining one movie, Pete Davidson. Okay, just kidding, but seriously, why is there a composer credited? Did they have a soundtrack composed for this movie and then just forget to put it in? Did Peter Davison take their money and then ghost them? And them putting him in the credits is like a slight dig at him? Oh yeah, you like the soundtrack in this movie? You like the ambiance that it adds? Thanks so much. Peter Davison did it. If you have a movie and you want to hire someone who you will pay thousands of dollars to only for them to run off to Greece with your wife, then hire Peter Davison. But enough talking about the soundtrack, because there is none. It's time to meet our protagonist, a horny dog named Alvin Flang.
Where are the ladies at?
Gross. In this opening montage, we see Alvin walking around the park a little bit, supposedly looking for girls.
Oh, here is one.
Being homophobic.
Hey, lay off, man. I'm not gay.
And then getting rejected by a girl.
Ugh, that's messed up. It's because I'm a dog, isn't it?
That she doesn't want to fuck you? Yeah, dude, I think it's because you're a dog. While recovering from this brutal rejection, Alvin goes over to a pond to sulk, and the pond starts talking to him.
Come back. Find a girl.
Girl?
If she only loves you, you may have a chance.
Find a girl? That's my specialty.
So as you might have noticed, this movie starts off with zero context whatsoever. We don't know who the fuck this dog is. We don't know why he has a human brain. We don't know where Peter Davison is and when he's gonna send over the finalized soundtrack for the movie. And the director just assumes that we, as the audience, have enough info to go off of to be on the dog's side here. Okay, first off, tell us why he's a dog. I'm not gonna root for this guy unless you tell me why he's cursed to be in a dog's body. There's obviously a reason, and I'm not just gonna start rooting for a horny, homophobic dog for no reason. But I guess I'm just kind of special like that. And you might think, oh, they're probably about to explain it, right? But no. It's like halfway into the movie before they finally tell you what the fuck is up with this dog and why he's a dog. Anyway, so now he's off to find a girl that's in love with him. And first off, can I just say, this movie came out in 2011, and they definitely had better cameras than this in 2011. This movie was clearly made on like a shoestring budget. This movie gives off the vibe that like all the actors are just the director's friend. This dog is just the director's dog. The dog is clearly not like a professionally trained dog actor. The dog just kind of does whatever, and then they add in human voiceover over it to kind of explain what the dog is thinking, which 9 times out of 10 does not match up with what the dog is doing. Okay, so he's on his quest. The pond has given him a mission. He can maybe change into a human if he finds a girl. This is the main mission of the movie. He's gotta find a girl and get her to fall in love. Just one quick question. How is he supposed to do that? That's gross. And even if he does somehow find a girl that's into dogs, do you have any idea how pissed off she's gonna be when he turns from a dog into a human? She's gonna be so mad. Anyway, he finds this girl named Lisa, and he decides to get her attention by making himself look all dirty and beaten up, and she ends up taking him into her home. Lisa is introduced as kind of a traditional girl. She has a friend who's always trying to get attention from guys, and it doesn't matter what kind of guy she gets attention from. She's always going out and partying, but Lisa is different. Lisa is waiting for the right man to come along and sweep her off her feet. And this summer, the right man just might be a fucking dog. Next, we get to see Lisa at work. She works at a department store and she's helping this woman try on a dress.
Ma'am, I told you that dress was too small for you. No, it's because I'm sweaty.
Why do I feel like those sound effects weren't in the script? Why do I feel like the script didn't say woman tries on dress and farts in the camera? I feel like that wasn't written in. I feel like the actor didn't know that was gonna happen. Seems very mean. Seems especially mean when you remember that the person who edited the sound in this movie literally didn't do anything else. He didn't add in music, that's for sure. He was just like, this woman's big butt makes fart noises, and then he went home.
Miss, I'm sorry. This dress is too tight for you. I can't sell it to you.
What? Okay, I feel like they want to make Lisa seem like the reasonable one here. Like the lady is being totally unreasonable. But this is kind of fucked up, right? To be like, no, I can't sell you this dress. Sorry. It doesn't fit you and it never will. So, sorry, maybe lose a few pounds before you come back into my store.
How about being my roommate? Huh?
Okay, you pay the rent and I'll sniff my butt.
Okay, wait. Is Alvin Flang a human trapped in a dog's body? Or is he just a dog? Because that was a very dog thing to say. They haven't explained anything yet. So in the lore of this movie, like, is this just how all dogs are? All dogs have these like human internal monologues and want to turn into humans so they can have romantic relationships with humans? Or is he a human trapped in a dog's body who just happens to like sniffing his butt? From there, Alvin and Lisa start to share some very fond memories. Like Lisa trying to name him Prince and him insisting that his name is Alvin Flang.
My name is Alvin Flang.
Well, okay, maybe something a little more class.
Like Alvin Flang.
And Lisa joking that he should buy her a dress and him saying that he'd rather kill himself.
I can't afford it. Unless you're buying.
I'd rather kill myself.
What's funny about that line is that the thing that would make him want to kill himself isn't being cursed to live your entire life as a human trapped in a dog's body. It's buying a dress for a pretty girl. Over the course of the movie, there are a few other men that pursue Lisa romantically. There's Kyle, who she works with, and there's Frank, who kind of stalks her while she works. And because Lisa's having a hard time finding a husband, she decides, you know what, I'll go on a date with these guys. So she goes on a date with Frank, and on their first date, he ends up bringing his mom, who just grills her the entire time.
Lisa, my grandson is only 10 years old, and we're very anxious to find a stepmother for him. This child has been raised using the latest scientific technology in nutrition, education, and psychology.
What does that mean? This child was raised by robots. He needs another human in his life. He is cold, hollow, and violent. He needs to learn love from a human woman. Many women have tried and unfortunately met their demise.
He has an IQ of 170.
Yeah, no shit. We raised him using the latest technology. He's not just any regular iPad baby, okay? We used the newest iPad, so that makes him very smart.
And to be certain that he grows up to become president of the United States, we must ask a specific request to any prospective stepmother. She cannot have any children of her own.
What?
Furthermore, in order for her to not become pregnant, she must agree to have her tubes tied before the marriage.
Saying we need to make certain implies that they're already like pretty sure that the son is gonna be president. They just need to make sure all their ducks are in a row, which I guess is fair. They have been using the coolest, latest doodads. They raised this kid in a self-driving Tesla, baby. What is this logic? Is every president an only child? I don't even follow what she's saying with this. Maybe she doesn't want Lisa's attention divided between multiple children, but this is just such a weird plot development. This has nothing to do with what's going on in the movie. How is a man trapped in a dog's body the least interesting thing that's happening in this movie right now? So obviously this date doesn't go well, so she ends up going on a date with Kyle, where Kyle comes over, tells Lisa that he's gay, but he still wants to get married because his family will disown him if he doesn't marry a woman, and he's very rich, so he can provide for her. All in all, Lisa is not having good luck with men, but this summer, she might have good luck with a fucking dog. What happens next in this movie is insane and very uncomfortable. After Kyle leaves, Lisa's just chilling, and her manager from the store comes in, very drunk, and tries to have his way with Lisa.
Lisa. Back off, she's mine.
Okay, dude, that's a pretty insane thing to say when a girl is getting assaulted, right?
You're fired.
I quit.
Now I'm the king of the castle.
This is such a weird moment to infuse like a comedic relief dog with the plot. This movie just got so dark, and the dog is like, guess I'm the only guy left around here now, huh? Guess I'm sort of king of the castle. Yeah, bro, I hate you. Ever thought about that? Ever thought about the fact that you suck ass so hard?
King of the castle. King of the castle that's also a dog and lives in a house that is green.
Why is he gay? Why is Kyle gay?
Sorry, that's what she's taking away from all this? Huh? Why is Kyle gay? Bro, there are more pressing issues right now. What is the writer of this movie doing? Anyway, she's completely broken down at this point. She ends up running outside into the rain, sitting down in the grass, crying with her dog, and she decides, you know what? That's it. No more men. Men are nothing but trouble. All I want is my dog.
From now on, no more men. I'm gonna stay with you. Only you. We'll live together forever.
Shebang!
I think that might be my favorite transition of all time. As a dog, he yells, shebang! So you'd think that as a human, he'd be standing there all proud of himself, maybe like, shebang! But he's just looking down at her with the blankest stare. Uh-oh. He doesn't look like he's got any thoughts behind those eyes. Maybe he was just a dog all along, and now he's a human with a dog brain. From here, the movie makes a super strange tonal shift from like a goofy comedy to like this really intense romance movie where they're in the rain. For some reason, Alvin, who now only goes by Prince for some reason, for the rest of the movie, they pretty much exclusively refer to him as Prince. He is not a goofy dog anymore. He's this like romantic man who's like, I just want to be your husband now. Let me love you. The guy who plays the human version of Prince isn't even the same guy that did the voice of the dog. And they act way different. He went from being like, hey, scratch my belly, babe. I'm trying to get laid. To like acting like Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones.
I don't like Sam.
And I don't know about you guys, but I miss the old Prince. This one's probably not even horny all the time.
Don't be afraid. It's really me, your dog.
Don't be afraid. You have no reason to be afraid. It's me, your dog. If my dog did this, I would be fucking terrified. Hey, don't worry, it's me. The one who tries to hump your leg all the time, it's me. Don't worry, I'm a man, I'm a grown man now. And I still want to fuck your leg. So they're standing in the rain. Lisa is so confused that she passes out for like 3 seconds. She is not taking this well, but we do finally get an explanation as to why Prince was a dog.
In my past life, I was punished for being a cheating playboy. I was cursed to live as a dog.
Oh, so it's like a reincarnation thing. Finally, they explain this. At first, I thought that it was like in the same lifetime. Like he got cursed to be a dog in this lifetime. But no, it's a reincarnation thing. I am confused about the lore of the movie. Does that mean this could happen with any dog? Are all dogs like used to be people that fucked up in this life and now they're dogs? Or are some dogs maybe like a hamster that did really good in its life? Which I would imagine is probably a lot of hamsters. I feel like it's pretty hard to fuck up as a hamster. I wouldn't think there's much expectations of a hamster, really. It's all about expectations.
Let me be your husband.
God, thanks for answering my prayer. You're my husband.
What? Huh? Okay, so that's all it takes? She's like, yeah, I guess you were a pretty good dog who I met just weeks ago. Sure, you're my husband now. So they end up getting married. They decide to live together. They spend the night together, but that's when this movie goes completely off the rails. I thought this was like the main plot line. He found love, now he's a human forever. Nope, the curse is not broken, and you will not guess how this movie ends. The next day, Prince wakes up, and he's a dog again. So he goes back to the pond to find out why.
You lied to me. I'm still a dog.
You're just using her now.
So the magic pond is like, you were just using her to break the curse. And to be fair to Prince, like, yeah, no shit. He didn't want to be a dog anymore, so he did what you said to do to break the curse. They fell in love, dude. You can't be like, well, you only did that because I told you to. And it's like, yeah, you didn't really give him a choice, did you? So now the pond tells him that he'll only be a human when the sun is not shining. And in order to become a human full time, he has to be a real man and provide for his wife. This movie has very traditional views of what it means to be a man. What is this pond? What magic is this? Is this God? It kind of seems like she's a liar. She keeps adding on caveats to what he needs to do to become a human. She's like, okay, you found love, but you still don't have a joint bank account. So now you will be cursed to be a dog only every other day, except the last Tuesday of the month. This whole situation causes a lot of shenanigans to ensue. He's got to figure out how to make money. He's got to like meet Lisa's family, but he can only come out when the sun's not shining, otherwise he'll turn back into a dog like he does in this scene.
Dad, Prince just became a dog.
Big deal. I'm Alvin Schwein. How stupid. What kind of idiot doesn't know how to swim? All right, grab on, you pizza-faced cinderblock.
Pizza-faced cinderblock? Dude, that's so mean. What the hell is up with this dog? Why is his dog persona so vastly different than his human persona? Every time he turns back into a dog, he's like, what, you never seen a man turn into a dog before? Fuck you, I'm Alvin Flame. Screw you and this ugly-ass broad. I'm out of here, dude. Okay. We're here. We're at the end of the movie. We have arrived. Do you want to know what happens? Prince, I guess, just can't seem to figure out this whole, like, providing for his wife thing, and to be fair, he is a dog most of the time. But he realizes, wait, maybe if I just die, I'll be reincarnated as a human. A pretty bold assumption, honestly. They don't explain why they would think that. It seems like he has absolutely no reason at all to think that's true. The pond never said that, and I'm pretty sure she's God. It seems like she makes the rules. But he turns into a dog, he runs off, and he gets hit by a car. Ah, the old Marmaduke special, ending the movie with a dead dog. And this summer, she might just find luck with a dead dog. And you know what's interesting about all this? Is that at one point in the movie, he actually does buy her that dress from earlier. So I guess the prophecy was kind of true in a way. He did buy her the dress, and he did kill himself. So then we flash forward to years later, the movie says, and Lisa is old as hell. It looks like maybe like 20, 30 years have passed. And Prince, who has been reincarnated and then lived his whole ass life, so he's now as old as he was when he died before, shows back up.
What took you so long to come back?
Lisa, it's better that you don't know.
He turned old. The love made him turn old. Or the magic or the pond made him turn old. I don't know. I don't understand any of the lore in this movie. One thing's for sure though, dude. Do not let this guy turn back into a dog now, because he'd still be like 80 years old. And that is too old for a dog.
I have a dog training business. And naturally, it's very successful.
I guess you could say I know what dogs like, and I know how to reward them. You see, they're all former sex criminals.
I live a very comfortable life, but...
Okay, weird flex. I'm actually really rich now, by the way. And that, folks, is the end of the movie. He kills himself, and that apparently outsmarts the pond. Moral of the story? Pretty easy to outsmart a pond. All right, well, now it's time to talk about our sponsor, HelloFresh. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my fans here on YouTube. And to join Greg, all you have to do is subscribe and turn on my notifications. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.